What's up, everybody? It's your boy, System Lighting, aka The Legend, here back in the studio. Finally, took a little time apart. We had the holidays, but now I'm back. I'm going to go ahead and break down this five different NBA slate games that we have for tonight. I'm leaving one out in particular. That's the Miami Heat game. Why? Well, because I'm a huge Heat fan and I don't want to be biased on that one. But yeah, I got 5 different cards here. We're gonna line up. We're gonna go ahead and take this $25 and put 5 on each one, and let's see what these payouts are. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do what I've done in the previous video, where I'm gonna walk you through how I do each one of these parlays. All right. Here we go. All right. So first up, we got the Orlando Magic versus the Washington Wizards. This is an 8-legger. It pays out at plus 200. We're gonna go ahead and break down what we're gonna look at, who we're gonna look at. We got 6 players that we're going to put some value on. All right, so here, first player we got that we're going to look at is going to be our man, Desmond Bane. All right, so we got our man, Desmond Bane here. You're going to look at our game log, like always. Make sure this stuff don't play no sounds. That's the last time. All right, here we go. All right, so we got our game logs. For Desmond Bane, we're going to look at this. What do you see? What pops out for you? Same thing that we did last time, right? These payouts are, all right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and do what I've done in the previous video, where I'm going to walk you through how I do each one of these parlays. All right, here we go. All right, so first up, we got the Orlando Magic versus the Washington Wizards. This is an 8-legger. It pays out at plus 200. We're going to go ahead and break down what we're going to look at, who we're going to look at. We got 6 players that we're going to put some value on. All right, so here, first player we got that we're going to look at is going to be our man, Desmond Bane. All right, so we got our man, Desmond Bane here. You're going to look at our game log, like always. Make sure this stuff don't play no sounds. That's the last time. All right, here we go. All right, so we got our game logs. For Desmond Bane, we're going to look at this. What do you see? What pops out for you? Same thing that we did last time, right? All right, so let's look at our points. Okay, so right now the value is we're going to put him at 15 points. Now, I know he burned us the other night. We had him at 15 points here, and look, it happens. It happens, I get it. But if you look here, you see the numbers, they don't lie, all right? So we're going to put him for 15 points and assists. So let's look at our assists. What's our bottom basement number here on the assists? All right, well, I'm going to go with 3. I'm not going to go, you can't get any lower than that. That's the lowest what they have on Hard Rock. So what we're going to do is we're going to put him for 3 assists at least. All right, add him to our slip there. Moving on, let's go to our next person. So we're done with Desmond Bane. The next player up, we have CJ McCollum. All right. So, actually, let's stay with Orlando. We'll go Wendell Carter Jr. and then Anthony Black. So, Anthony Black. Game log. Same thing like always. All right, let your eyes adjust. Let's look for these. What do we see here that pops out to you that's, again, going to be there every single time? Well, you could go with points. 15 points is an option, right? We look here at this whole month of December. He's fallen below that 15 points, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, okay? So maybe that's not an option if you have 10 points as an option, but most books don't have 10 points. Most books have them at about 17 points. So either you go for that 15 or you don't go for that 15. Me personally, I'm not going to go for that 15. I'm going to look here at these 3-pointers. So I'm going to put him down for 1-3. I know that looks a little odd, but I'm going to put him down for 1-3. All right, you look at the number of times he's gone less than 1-3. Well, he just did it, right? He just did it here. Let's see. Right here, 2, 3, 4. So 4 times in that whole month. About the same as the 15. So again, if you want to roll the dice, it's either or. You can put him down for 15 points and 1-3. I put him down for 1-3. Yeah, that's what I did. He's going against the Wizards. The Wizards aren't the best team in the world. It should be one of those matchups. If he gets his 15 points, that's great. but I'm going to put him down for the 1-3. All right, moving on to our next person. We're going to go with the center. That's Wendell Carter Jr. All right, same thing, game log. Here we go. Checking it out. Now, when you look here, you notice what? His points are all over the place. You'd be silly to try to take him for 10 points because look how many times he goes under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, so you could do that. You know, you could take him for. I don't know if I'd take him for the threes. That's an option. You could take him for the threes. I'm gonna take him for the threes. I feel like he's gonna shoot. I feel like they're gonna get in a spot here with the Wizards where they're gonna feel like they need to make something happen, and he's gonna go ahead and he's gonna rack them up. If you look here, he shoots at least 2 to 3 a game. All right, on a low end, high end, 6 times a game. So that's what we're gonna go for. If you want to omit the threes, I don't blame you, but that's something I'm gonna do to add a little value to this card. As far as the rebounds are considered, I'd say this bottom basement number for rebounds would be 5. If you can get it at 5, get it at 5. Some places give it to you at 6. You can see 6 isn't a bad option here for the rebounds. And then we're gonna move on to the other team, the Washington Wizards. We have C.J. McCollum, Bilal Coulibaly, and Marvin Bagley III that we're going to talk about. Alex Sarr was a possibility for blocks, but they had him for 2. I wanted to put him for 1. So if you see that floating out there, go ahead and grab that. That's easy money right there. So we'll go with Coulibaly. All right. So looking here what we got. If you look at his time, you see this man gets production, right? Then he comes in. He's not just coming in for the last 2-3 minutes of the quarter. He's coming in. All right. So as he's coming in, he's got a mission. He's got a goal. I'm not going to put him for any threes at all. I'm going to put him for rebounds. All right. I got him for 5 rebounds right here. If you notice, he missed that mark once. But even when he misses that mark, he comes back. All right. Misses that mark, he comes back. They're all rested. They haven't played a game since. There you go. So I'm going to go with fresh legs and 5 rebounds, okay? Especially with the number of minutes that he's getting. And then it leads me on to Bagley, Marvin Bagley. Yeah, buddy. You see that? You see that? See that smile? That's a smile of a man that's going to get you 4.5. That's right. 4.5 rebounds every night. Hopefully. All right. Here we go. All right, y'all. So, when you look at my man Bagley, I see it right here. 5 rebounds. That's what I'm going for. 5 rebounds. Yeah, he had an off night. It happens. 5 rebounds. That's what I'm putting for. He's coming back, coming back, coming back, coming back, coming back. All right. Every time he has an off night, he says, all right, let's get this money next time, baby. Getting these boards. So, yeah, I got him for 5 rebounds, okay? All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I post up right here what it looks like on the slip. We got Bane for 15 points, 3 assists. C.J. McCollum for 9.5. We got Bilal Coulibaly for 4.5 rebounds. We got Marvin Bagley for 4.5 rebounds. Wendell Carter Jr. for 1-3, 5 rebounds. And Anthony Black for 1-3. That pays out at plus 200. Got an 8-legger here, Cavs versus Pacers. We're going to go a little bit quicker now that you guys understand how the process goes. All right, so starting off, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 different players here on this. I'm sorry, 8 different. Yeah, we got a bunch of guys on here. I got 8 different players on here. This 8-legger is going to be great for y'all. We got Sam Merrill for 2 threes. That's this guy you see right here. Yeah, so yeah, again, we got Walker for the threes, as you can see. I'm going to put him down for 1-3. So what does that look like on the card? It looks like Sam Merrill for 2 threes, DeAndre Hunter for 1-3, Nemhard for 1-3, Siakam for 1-3 and 15 points, Walker for 1-3, TJ McConnell for 3 assists, and my man Darius Garland for the 15 points. That's going to pay out at plus 220. That's an 8-legger. Now, I know you guys might be thinking, let's go ahead and do something a little bit smaller, right? Let's go ahead and back it off with these 8-leggers. You know, you're taking all these chances. Well, okay, we can do that. We're going to go for a 7-legger right here with the Spurs versus Grizzly game. Okay, starting off first with the Grizzlies. We're going to go to Aldama, all right? Santi Aldama. This guy right here, he gets plenty of playing time. If you look at it, we got it for the points, 12, 15, 15, 14, 12. So if you can get it for 10 points, that'd be great. And that's exactly what I did. I took him for the 10 points. I didn't want to risk it with the threes. He might knock him down. He might not. I figured he's going to get his 10 points. And that's the safest bet. And we want to be conservative on this card and be able to make what we can. All right. Moving on. Not messing with Cedric Howard. He's hurt. Jaren Jackson Jr., though, I am messing with. All right. So we got Jaren Jackson Jr. Again, you see that smile? He's going to make us some money today, y'all. All right. So look at here at our game log. You want to get a full estimate of what these guys have been doing, if they've been streaky, if they've not been streaky, are they consistent? So when you look at his points, 15 points all day. All day. They got him here averaging 19. They got him averaging 18 for the whole month of December. He has had a couple points where he's fallen below that. But I'm going to take my chances, okay? So we're going to put him down for the 15 points. There we go. Moving on to Jalen Wells. All right. Just zipping right through this card right here, y'all. Get y'all on your way. Put your parlays in. Build these cards up. Man, I really hope you guys enjoy this content I'm giving y'all. If you do, make sure you go ahead and comment in the comment section. Like and subscribe. You know, trying to help y'all out. Mix and match these the way you want. That way you can go ahead and take full advantage of these opportunities. Especially some of these matchups where guys are hurt. And you got other guys who got to step in and be role players. I mean, when you look here, my man, Jalen Wells, look at these points. What screams to you? At least 10 points, right? At least. And that's what we got him for, 10 points. All right? And for the threes, we put him for 1. And I know. But when you look at it, I got scared. I put him for the 1. All right? Might he get 2? Absolutely, he might get 2. But he can't get the 2 before getting the 1. So in order to get his 2, he got to get me my 1. So that's why we put him for the 1. All right. Moving on. We're going to go to the Spurs side of it. We got Castle and Fox. That's who we're rolling with. My man Vassell is out. Usually he's good for some points, but we're going to put Castle down. We're going to load it up. We got it for 15 points. That's right, y'all. 15 points. Why? Because we're trying to get paid. That's why. We look here at my man Castle in his production. $15 points all day, baby. All day, 15 points. And he's going to get the money, the time with the ball because, again, Vassell's out. Moving on to my man Fox. We're going to put Fox down for 1-3 and 3 assists. Now, you're probably wondering why. Again, because he's going to have to distribute the ball. He's going to have to move the ball around, especially with guys coming off the bench to fill that role for Vassell being out. He's going to want to get people in the game early, and he's going to want to score. So we're going to put him down for 1-3. As you can see, he's got the volume there. All right, he's proven for the 1-3. And then for the points, I could have put him for the 15 points. I saw that he was a little spotty, so I just did for the 1-3 and the 3 assists. Okay, so when you look at his assists, where do you see him going below 3? I don't. I don't see him going below 3 at all. I can't even believe Vegas gave me that option. I'll put money on that one. All right. So what does that look like, the 7-legger? We got Castle for 15 points, Fox for 1-3, 2.5 assists, Jaren Jackson Jr. for 15 points, Jalen Wells for 1-3, 10 points, and Santi Almada for 10 points. All right, moving on to the Lakers-Pelicans game. All right, Lakers-Pelicans. All right, moving on. This is going to be an 8-legger. We have DeAndre Ayton, Zion Williamson, Luka Doncic, Vanderbilt, LeBron James, and Derek Queen. Now, I normally don't pick people with their last dude's name Queen, but hey, we're trying to get paid, y'all. So let's just go ahead and no cap, I'm just saying. I normally don't. All right. So I wanted to do Trey Murphy the third, but they had nothing for me, man. I tried to get him for 1-3 and 10 points, but they didn't want to give it to me. They said no. So I had to dig somewhere else. And that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes you're going to see excellent matchups on paper. You're going to see awesome opportunities to be able to make money. But unfortunately, they just won't present that available to you. You're going to have to find an alternative. You're going to have to look at their assists, maybe look at another guy who steps up. I wish I could take Zion for unders on threes because that boy don't make no threes. He don't even attempt to threes. All right. But first up, we took Zion. And what did we take Zion for? It wasn't the points. No, I could have took him for 15 points. I chose not to. I took him for the rebounds. At least 4 rebounds. All right? He's got a different role, and that role is to facilitate. And how do you do that? He gets these rebounds. So I'll put Zion for 4 rebounds. If you want to go ahead and tease out the idea of doing it for 15 points, go ahead. But most books aren't going to have 15 points. They're going to have for like 18 points, 20 points. And that's just not a risk I really wanted to take. Especially if they start winning and blowing these guys out. They said Wemby was practicing, but I doubt he's going to play. So once they start blowing it out, he's big, man. He's going to want to take some time and rest. All right? So they got to rest him. So, yeah, I'm taking Zion for 4 rebounds. That's about it. Where my boy Ayton at? Oh, here we go. Queen. All right. So, what do we got for Queen? We got Queen for 5 rebounds. Again, it's just something. Something tells me it's going to happen, right? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Why? Why wouldn't he get only 5? Come on, man. Stop playing with my money, people. It's right here. 5 rebounds all day, every day. Things happen. I get that. But he's getting this. He's getting that today. All right? He's getting that today. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the other side of the ball for the Lakers. Here we go. DeAndre Ayton. Now, again, this man has a role. He comes in. He has a job. Let's see if you can identify what that job is as a center. Yeah, it's to get rebounds. Okay, it happens. Sometimes he's a little light. But, the man comes in here, puts in that work on the boards, man. He puts it in the paint. I'll put him down for 10 points, all right? Now, he bounced back here. He's going to bounce back here. He's going to get his 10 points, all right? Bounce back here. So he falls, but he bounces back. So, yeah, man, I got him for the 10 points. Easy money right there, 10 points. Pick that up because they're just dropping the money on the floor for you. All right, next up, we got LeBron and we got Vanderbilt. My man Bronny, he gonna do it, Bron. He gonna do it. All right, so we put Bron down for 15 points. As you can see, easy money right there. 15 points all day. He's also a distributor, so we got him for the 4 assists right here. Now, has he gone below 4 assists? Yeah, It happens. And if he, I thought it's going to happen tonight. Hope not. I want to record my card. Now, one thing I didn't do, but I was thinking about doing, was putting him down for a 3. Especially if he's feeling it, he'll shoot that 3. So that's one thing I didn't add to this card. I thought about doing it. So if you want to do it, you want to take that chance, go ahead. I don't blame you. And that leads me to our last person on this card, which is Vanderbilt. This is a 6-person card. So we got Vanderbilt, and then we got Luka. My bad. All right. Here we go. We got my man Vanderbilt. And look at the points. We're going to put Vanderbilt down for 5 points. 5 points. Yep, you heard me. 5 points. That's it. Now, you could always swip and swap. You could put LeBron down for that extra 3 and not even mess with Vanderbilt in the 5 points. But, that's something I'm willing to risk on. I'm gonna put the 5 points on Vanderbilt. Also, I'm going to put him for the 1-3. I know, you're probably saying, why would you put him for the 3 and not LeBron for the 3? I just feel like when he comes in, he's got to show out. He don't come in for the whole game. He comes in and subs. He's one of these guys that comes in last four, or front 4. So he comes in, he's got to infuse, he's got to inject energy, and that's what he does here. All right. So and he also gets some blocks too. That's gonna be nice, when big man comes in and just blah. All right. So last one on this one is Luka. We got Luka down for the 3s. All right. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to take the risk of putting him down for 25 points, 30 points, and he gets 12 points, or he gets, they blow out the other team, and you don't want to do nothing. So, 25 points is something that they were offering, was the lowest to get in on him at, was 25 points. So if you want to take that chance, go ahead. I did 3s, man. I put him for 2 3s. All right, I put him for 2 3s. And I know what you're saying, C. Why would you do that? He hit 2 3. He fell below that mark twice. He fell below the mark of 25 once here. Why be silly? Man, I don't know, man. Just something tells me, I don't know. Maybe I should have did it before I put my card in, but that's what I put in. I didn't put it for any points here. I just did it for the 2 3s. But maybe that might be something you consider. It's a little added value. All right, so what does that look like? That looks like DeAndre Ayton for 10 points, Zion Williamson for 4 rebounds, Luka Doncic for 2 3s, Derek Queen for 4.5 rebounds, LeBron James, 15 points, 4 assists, Vanderbilt for 5 points and 1 3. All right, last card of the night, y'all. This is a 5-legger. I know. This is something just to cap off. This is the 11 o'clock game. Real easy. Here we go. This is Mavs versus Kings. There wasn't much value in this game. You only got 4 people that were putting any props on. First of them is going to be Klay Thompson. Yeah. Good old Klay. And what you think we putting Klay down for? 3! That's right. We putting Klay down for a 3. Because that's what he does, man. Old habits die hard. And that's what he does. That's what he does all day. 3 from the land of downtown. Or milk and honey, or however you say it. All right. They didn't have him put for 10 points. I didn't want to put for 10. Only because he gets so spotty. So, yeah, I just put him for 1 3. Figured that was the best way to make money on this one. There wasn't really much money. This one pays out at minus 120. That Lakers card I just told you about pays out at plus 375. All right. So here we go. Almost done. We got Najee Marshall, Russell Westbrook, and Reynald. That's who we're looking for. All right. All right. But Najee Marshall, we're going to put him down for 10 points. All right. So looking here at his game log, 10 points. That's what we got him for, 10 points. I know he fell short here, but again, that happens. He bounces back. If you look at his game log slip, you'll notice if he has an off night, he does come back hard the next night, and he makes it happen. Makes it happen. Oh, I don't know what happened here. But, as you can see, he's making it happen, y'all. My man's doing his thing. So we're going to take him for the 10 points. All right, moving on. We got Reynald and Russell Westbrook. That's the other team. And we done. We outski. This 5-legger paying at minus 120. This is the 11 o'clock game, so you might as well just set it and forget it, y'all, once you put these things in, because this game's going to be watching you. All right, here we go. Okay, so we got my man Westbrook here. Yeah, I almost said Wesley Snipes. All right, my man Russell Westbrook. It's late, man. All right, so we got him down for 10 points and 1-3. All right, 10 points and at least 1-3. The man be hitting him. I can't lie. Right here, 10 points, 10 points, 10 points, 10 points. I mean, just give me that money. And then for the threes, yeah, we put it for the 1-3. Now, that could be a gamble. But hey, man, that's what we're doing. We're gambling. All right. And the last one is Reynald. We got him for 5 rebounds. All right, Maxime Reynald. Here we go. All right, game log. Last one of the card. All right, there we go. We got rebounds. So we put him for the 5 rebounds, cut our losses. This pays out at minus 120. It's Klay Thompson for 1-3, Russell Westbrook for 1-3, 10 points. We got Najee Marshall for 10 points, and Reynald for 5 rebounds. All right, that 5-legger pays out at minus 120. Y'all go ahead and get this money, rerun this tape back if you need to check out what Jones are talking about. But yeah, that's 5 different cards for you right there, y'all. That's how you do it. All right, good luck, man. Legend out.